Hey, hello. I don't even need that much time. Let's go ahead and cut this down. So, how close are we? I got 2 minutes left. All right. Let's get Podbean in here. I already got you guys in here. Okay. Could have give you a little sound. What else do I want to get real quick? No, see, no, fuck it. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I forgot. Oh, I think it's that time. Let's go ahead and take charge.
MyT.
This is the MyT Sports Podcast. Good evening and welcome back to another edition, the first edition of the MyT Sports Podcast of the new year. I am your host, the one and only. I'm not always there when you call, but I'm always on time, Taylor. It is another in fuego windy day in the. Wait a minute. This is a wonderful day in the most in fuego city in the world. Coming at you live and direct from South Florida. Current temperatures right now. I don't want to piss off the world. Current temperatures right now is 64 degrees. They said we had highs today of like 76. Winds were like 23 miles an hour. It was real nice. It was real nice. It was real nice. We got a big show for you guys. I want to. Oh, I can't see through these shits right now. I can't even see through the wire. We got a big show for you guys. We got a really big show. Really, really, really big show. I've been tinkering with a couple of things here and there. So I hope the lighting is better more than anything else. That's one of the things I wanted to correct out of everything that we did over the new year. Next, we got to make sure this audio has been top notch as we keep switching back and forth from live at Sharky's to in the MyT Studios. We got a big show for you today, January 10th, 2024. I want to say Happy New Year's to you all for Volume 9, Episode 23, Track 571 on the MyT Sports Podcast. When I say we got a big show, I mean we got a really big show. So go ahead and crack open your beer, pour yourself a little yak, roll yourself a little joint, pack yourself a little pole, and get ready to take this stroll with us. Because you know what we say here, regardless of the time and regardless of the weather.
Let's talk to me nice, baby. National champ.
It's always a good time to talk some sports. So let's start talking. Woo! Back at it like a sports fanatic. MyT Sports. We got a big show. I'm talking about. We got Knicks talk to get into. We got Blue Chew promo code for you guys. College championship. I mean, I really just want to get into. We got NFL. Not today. Saban. Spo's new contract. Man, can I tell you how many things we got to talk about? That's the beer being cracked open. You know what? You know what that sound means. It means it's sing song time. Want to thank you guys. Now, normally we start off every podcast with a little birthday celebration. We haven't done a podcast since the OG and the Nobi train. And that was the last podcast that we did before the new year. I'm only gonna do the birthdays. I gotta give a shout out to my primo too though, but I'm gonna get them in there. So for the beginning of the year to the 12th, we're gonna do the birthday shout outs on Friday. Meaning we got 12 days of birthdays that we got to shout. Like the 12 days of Christmas. Actually, you know what's crazy? Over the holiday, I wrote a pseudo poem to that shit. The 12 days of Christmas or 8 days of Christmas. Well, how many days of Christmas it is? On top of the show, we don't have our normal birthday celebration. What we do have, though, is almost the complete opposite. And when I finish, you understand what I mean. On Friday, I'm gonna put some more information because something came to me late that I should have done. We don't have a birthday shout out. What we do have is an RIP. And I know that absolutely sucks. All right? Excuse me. But what we have here is a RIP today. And it comes with a heavy heart because it really took me for um it really took me for a spin when I ended up finding out the news. I want to say rest in peace to a friend of mine, mother. She's a mother, wife, family woman, Jessica Cashmere. I forget her married name. No disrespect. All right, Kaufman. Sorry, not Cashmere. Is it? Damn it. You know what? I'm just. You see, this is where it's not. This is the top. This is the perfect time, but it's not to be. It's not good to be bad with names. All right. So yeah. There's a. Actually, you know what? I'm bugging. I'm big time bugging. So I want to say rest in peace to her, obviously. Right? 'Cause she was a great person, right? Right? Awesome friend. You know, I think if I'm not mistaken, last I remember, she moved out of Florida with her family. They moved to West Virginia, I believe, of all places. But then I think I heard that they recently moved to Ohio. Sad story, super sad story. What ended up happening is that she ended up getting into a car accident. Her and her whole family in the vehicle. One of the daughters is last I heard was in ICU. The husband and the other child is okay. I'm gonna say Nina's the one that's in ICU. All right, but yes, but one of the children's in ICU. The other one is okay. The father's okay. Unfortunately, lost the mother. We lost Jess. I ain't gonna lie, I was down. I was big sad. I was really big sad. Like, 'cause like when you lose somebody, like all of the memories that you had of them, and all the memories that you could have had with them, still kind of flooding in all at once. And not to mention, I'm still kind of reeling from my uncle's passing away too. So just when I was feeling like, okay, I'm giving time to the 60-day mark, and if you guys know me, I try to allow a good full. And I feel like we all should do this. Allow yourself a good full 60 days just to wail. Do whatever you got to do for anything emotionally. It used to be 72 hours. Now I realize, you know what? Maybe we need 60 days just to let it all outpour. And I feel like I was just coming to the end of that, and now this one kind of. I mean, it's like coming down from a high, and then you take another hit, like, oh shit, right back up again. Yeah, that's kind of what happened there. But if you guys see, I have a link here. I don't mean to put Gina's name on there. My bad, Gina. It's just how it got copied. Um, but there is a GoFundMe link that if you guys would like to donate any funds to the family, please feel free. Please feel free to do so. Right, as anything that you guys can give will be very helpful to them. And I have provided you guys with that link if you would like to. And I don't generally like to start off podcast in this kind of somber tone, but I knew I wasn't going to do the birthdays today, and I knew that I had one big news that had to be mentioned be out of all others, and it just happens to be the passing of one of my friends. So, and that was my moment of silence. That I was taking. I didn't want to give you guys too much of a prayer. I should have warned you guys, but the silence was in there. But I know there's no easy way to go ahead and pick yourself up from the passing of somebody or somebody's death. But if you have to talk about the resurrection of a franchise, look no further than my New York Knicks. Because, boy, them Knickers are looking God. And I know some of you people are going to come out and say, hey, that's not quite how you sounded before the new year. Then obviously you weren't listening to all of the shows that I have been talking about for the last year and a half, maybe 2 years. The New York Knicks, right before the new year, or maybe at the new year, right before the new year, they made a trade. Not a blockbuster trade, not the trade that the media, right? Let's really put it like that, like the media, right? Like the media that's controlled by four families media, right? So when we say, like, when we talking about the media, we're talking about the M, the E, the D, the I, right, and the A, like those the five families, right? And like it's the Mitsubishi family, it's the Anderson family, right. It's the Dickerson family. It's the give me something that starts with I. Right? It's an Irish family and a whatever. Media. It's an acronym, to be honest with you. But when you're not being fed the narrative by the media about what the Knicks should be doing or how the Knicks look, or when you hear the popular loudmouth Stephen A. that doesn't watch Knicks games constantly talk about it from a point of view that he has been stuck in, that he's just found a way to make a narrative out of, and not for nothing. You have to understand, a lot of this also stems from the times of him also being a radio personality, and under and also being driven by other executives of giving them a list of topics and things that, hey, when you discuss this, when you talk about this, when you present this, this gives you ratings. And he has to find a way to constantly talk about it and make it entertaining, and also a way to rile up the people so that they can respond to him and call it to the radio show. So a lot of this stems from that. This is he's a caricature of a Knicks fan. That's what he really is. He's not a Knicks fan. He's a caricature of a Knicks fan. Like he's a caricature of a Cowboys fan or Cowboys hater. At this point in time, like Stephen A. Smith is putting on a sports minstrel show. Like that's how I'm sorry. Like that's how I feel about it sometimes. Like actually, that's how I'm feeling about it today. So, especially when it comes to the Knicks. So let's talk Knicks for a second, right? Let's talk Knicks with you guys over here. Let's talk Knicks with you guys over there. Let's talk Knicks. And these Knicks made a trade, not the blockbuster trade that every single media personality has been feeding down our throat that we need to go ahead and make just to make so the New York Knicks could be relevant. Because the New York Knicks are relevant right now. For the last 4 years, since the New York, see, it's funny because his caricature puts, I feel like because I'm responding to him and people like him. But the New York Knicks have been better than the Los Angeles Lakers record wise since Tom Thibodeau's taken over for this team. So it's generally one of two things: you either get a real coach, or you get a generational player. Either or. New York Knicks made a trade for OG and a Nobly, and this trade has gone better than probably anybody could imagine.
Bing bong.
While I still fully have the let me I see how I can say this. Sorry for bothering you. You want to offer a promotion? Okay. Well, talk to my manager. So, um, 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 the New York Knicks made a trade that just happened to work phenomenally. Which for a lot of these guys recently, just like these guys that they've been piecing together, Jalen Brunson worked out phenomenally. Josh Hart worked out great. Hartenstein worked out great. Devin Chinko has worked out good. It hasn't been since the Fournier signing that you can say the New York Knicks have made a bad trade or a bad move. Now, I still stick on what I said before the new year. What's going on, Pimpin? I see you. All right. I still stand by the fact that if for a guy of OG Anobly's caliber, you generally don't give up two key rotational guys that generally provide 33 to 35 points per game for you. Not for a guy that's third in their rotation that struggles to average 15 points per game. You generally don't give that up. But he fit a need. And that still stands. That still stands. Like, don't get that twisted. That generally shouldn't. When you trade two guys, and like I said, forget who guy A and guy B is. It's how the see. You forget that this is a statistic kind of business time, right? You feed stuff into the machine, let the machine do the stuff, the analytics, all kinds of stuff. I'm sorry, that's a statistic. I ain't say it, stumbled all over it actually, but analytics. Hey yo, this game break has been on forever. I hate when it does this shit. Get me back live, you son of a bitch. So as the game gets, as a lot of these things are analytically driven, you kind of fit in the analytics of people. Hey, and that's all I'm talking about here. Two rotational guys that generally give you 33 points a game, and you switch them out for the third option on somebody's team that struggles to give you 15. That generally is a fleecing, and Toronto may have gotten over on that. In just the equation of piece for piece. Now, the result of what's happened after that trade and how well that trade has fit speaks completely something completely different. Since they have traded for OG and Anunoby, the New York Knicks are on a 5-game winning streak.
We're streaking.
Streaking.
There's more coming. Everybody's doing it.
The Knicks have won 5 straight games since acquiring OG and Anunoby. And it's been a mixture of sorts, right? But a mixture of sorts means there's been some okay teams, but there's also been some teams where you're like, okay, team, okay. Since acquiring OG, and granted, the Knicks was on a little mini streak already, um, beating Orlando on the 29th, getting past the Pacers on the 30th. But On January 1st, they play Minnesota. Minnesota. Call Anthony Towns, Anthony Edwards. You see, if you guys just saw the game against Boston, what a game! What a phenomenal game! Game went into overtime. Actually, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm a little upset that that game didn't at least make it scheduled onto NBA TV. Once you saw it coming up on the schedule, if there's nothing major on NBA TV that you have to contractually do, why isn't this game on NBA TV? You're talking about the best team in the East and the best team in the West. You're talking about Anthony Edwards, one of the few guys that are not only in top 10 when it comes to offense, they're also top 10 when they talk about defensive rankings. Yeah, Anthony Edwards is in that category of equally offensively good and defensively good players, but his offense is like 30 points per game. Which and his defense is top 10 in the league. I digress. It's not top 10 in the league. OG and Anobly. But I'm not here to take shots at a triple OG. Not at all. Not at all. His first game back is against Anthony Edwards, right? The New York Knicks end up winning that game 112-106. They beat the Bulls in there. Not a quality win, but Minnesota is. They beat the brakes off of the 76ers, where you're talking about they had a sibling rivalry. There was no longer the city of brotherly love. It was sibling rivalry going on. They had their mans turning on each other. We beat Philly in there. And we beat Washington, as everybody does and should do it. And we also beat Portland, who also should be a cakewalk. But it's not just beating them. And I'm not just talking about the Portland Trailblazers, who we beat 112-84, or the Washington Wizards that we beat 121-105. I'm also talking about the 76ers, who we beat 128-92. And we led from the beginning of the game, blew them out by 20 early, and never looked back. Ring your bell all you want. Your Liberty Bell don't got shit on my
Bing bong.
They beat the Bulls, easy dub. Minnesota, like I said, they're the best team in the West. I'm sorry, they stumbled against the Pacers. I said they beat the Pacers. They're not. My bad. The New York Knicks are on a 6-game winning streak. And this streak can last. It could keep running, and running. New York Knicks next opponent on the Dallas Mavericks. They play the Dallas Mavericks tomorrow. Luka already said he's scared and don't want to play, so he's sitting out, trembling in his boots. You know that Dallas is Jalen Brunson's old team that didn't want to pay him properly. You know Julius Randle is from Texas, and he's a D-boy at that. So I have a feeling that these two guys are going to want to show out in Dallas. No Luka, no problem. You only got Kyrie, but we got Triple OG. And Quentin Grimes. We got GQ over here. And Triple OG. QG. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Wait, was this game still in? But I can still, more vex me though. We got the Dallas Mavericks, right? After that, we got the Memphis Grizzlies. If you guys have not heard about the Memphis Grizzlies so far, well, let me give you guys a Yeah, I was waiting for something to be said. I was really sitting there like, yo, are you going to say the line or not? Because like I need to know for real, for real. Hold on. Hold on a second. Let's see something. I have a report. Do I have a full report? Let's see. I think that's the same shit I tried earlier. Ah, that's different.
The mighty injury
There it goes.
report. Head down.
Okay, so let's try that again. Try that again. Let's hold on. Let's just rewind this for a second. All right, and let's try this again. So New York Knicks can keep this going and going because not only do they have Triple OG, but they also got GQ, QG, Quentin Grimes as well to put on Kyrie. And then after that, we got Memphis. And if you haven't heard about the Memphis, wait, my bad. I didn't hit the. If you haven't heard about the Memphis Grizzlies and Mr. But I guess I'm gonna have to let you
The
know.
mighty injury report.
I don't know why this sound makes me feel like you being chased by like a serial killer, don't it? It got that. It got that feel to it. MyT sports listeners, I know what you did last summer. I don't even know how many different. I don't know. Caliente or Cayente sauce. I don't know. I don't even know if I'm a fan of whatever sauce that is. Just give me some honey mustard for real. But if you guys haven't heard, John Morant is out injured for the remainder of the season with a torn labrum in his shoulder. So let me bring this down, right? Because I also need my Florida fans to understand this. He had an owie in his shoulder, in his arm go out. I shouldn't. Game has started. So yo, trying to catch this Toronto and Clippers game, and we got an update of Toronto coming up in a minute. Because now, right? We have a weird interest now in Toronto. And it's still a hatred for them. And it's going to very quickly build that RJ Barrett and Emmanuel quickly. Like, I'm no longer going to like them as players. Like, I don't like Obi anymore. Like, you get a very short window of a love fest. And especially if you end up going to a rival, what do you want me to do? I can't keep liking you. Like, you ain't just leave me. You went to the ops. I know sometimes this ain't your fault. You can't help what happens when you move to, right? Because like you gotta treat it like a teenage love, right? Take yourself back to like you're in middle school for a second, right? And right, even middle school, high school. And I remember like it would be like your chick breaking up with you, right? And she leaves you and she moves and she starts going out with the ops, but it's only because she lives in ops territory now, and you can't really help where her parents moved her to. Like she ain't do that. Like that's just where she had to go to. And granted, it just happens to be far enough away where you're like, yo, I'm not even gonna see you every day. But this is like a long distance relationship that she also happened to be moving where the ops at. I'm just saying, it ain't her fault. So it ain't RJ's fault. It ain't Emmanuel Quickly's fault. It ain't Obi Toppin's fault. You understand? In a weird world, I would still like to bring them all onto my team. Ooh, 2K. Yeah. 2K saves. You understand? As I'm doing today's show on Wednesday, I've been prepping for Friday's show and also Monday's show because we do return this Monday live back in Shorties for more for Luther King Day. Y'all remember me from the newspaper, from the news? That's your boy. Martin Luther King Day. We'll be back in Shorties live, Mighty Sports Podcast, trivia, gifts, prizes. And you know you can't spell prizes without rises, because you know I give you the prize that helps you rise. Speaking of that, let's go ahead and take a little quick commercial break. I know this is early, but it just flowed so well that I was like, I can't let this opportunity pass me up. Because if you don't know about the prize that helps you rise, then that means that you don't know about Blue Chew. What is Blue Chew, you ask? Blue Chew, this happens to be a little blue pill that can get you back your thrill. All you have to do is open up a pack and head straight to the sack. Just a few chews before you do. It has the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, so this is one opportunity that you just can't miss for a very low cost. You can beat it up like a boss, and she will love when you come through like a champ when you Blue Chew in advance. Yeah, Wisconsin mansion. All you have to do is use my promo code of GSSS. What does that mean? What does that mean? You'll use your promo code. Go to BlueChew.com. When I ask you for the promo code, use promo code GSSS. You get your first order of Blue Chew for free. That's a free sample for the free. You pay for shipping and that's it. It's a free sample. That's why your tea doesn't work. Do BBLs twerk? Just saying. And you can have a BBL twerking on you all night long, like you're Lionel Richie when you Blue Chew. I'm just saying, I'm not saying that you need it. I'm just saying that you may want one. Because maybe you drank a little bit too much that night. You got a little bit of whiskey dick, and you know, a little bit of Blue Chew does the trick every single time. Maybe you was just talking a little bit too much ish in her DMs, and she finally let you get a chance to slide, and you want to make sure you get the opportunity to beat it up again and again and again and again. So she could go back and talk to all her homegirls. Girl, let me tell you, this motherfucker, he was saying he was going to do this, he was saying he was going to do that, and girl, he did that. For 7 straight hours. I'm talking about, we was doing the nasty from 10 to 5. He ain't stop. He ain't take no real breaks. We drank some Gatorade or whatever. You know what I mean? Like we switched it up, put some pineapples in there. You know, get a banana, got some electrolytes. Yeah, I brought the banana. And he's like, pause. I was like, nah, we need some electrolytes. You know, potassium. Like you can have her doing that, all giggly eyes. You know what I'm talking about? Sitting there with hands in the elbows. You know what I mean? Feet kicking up in the back. BBL bouncing for no reason. Just cause it's made out of gelatin, it's just shaking naturally as her feet swing. Talking about you. Just saying. Whoever you want to do it like Lionel Richie. You're doing it all night long. Or you just want to do it like L Cool J. You're just doing it and doing it well. Right? We got a Blue Chew for you. And it doesn't matter what your style is. You got 7 hours, B. So you could be doing it doggy style, missionary style, froggy style, jackhammer style, Amazon style. I mean, if you want to keep it basic, you can do 60. You can go by the numbers and do 69. I'm just saying, when it comes to Blue Chew, it's not about if you want it or if you need it. It's about what you do with it when you do the do. And again, free samples, promo code GSSS. Because when it comes to Blue Chew, there really is only two things that you really need to know. You chew it, and then you do it. Period. Pause. Pause. Let's get back into it, right? Since we talking orange and blue chew with my Knicks, right? And the Knicks did chew up those like their last five opponents. Beat the brakes out of Portland last night. They can't. Portland is not even a professional team right now. Like Scoot Henderson, the what was he, second pick, third pick of the draft. He's over here being sent down to the G League already. He was back. He played in this game, but you understand, we applied pressure early, put them in the hole. Next thing you know, they don't want to come back. They over here talking about, yo, don't hit me no more. Got the bench players coming in, everybody looking sweet. McBride balling, you know what I mean, getting shots off. Grimes doing his thing. Everybody is eating in the blowout. Got Knicks fans told him, yo, you see the team? Yo, you think we can make a deep run? You talking about, I think we can make the championship. How we gonna get down? I think we just need out one more piece. Yo, see these guys are looking real good. OG this, OG that. Yo, I swear to God, I was so good if OG had a strap. God damn, y'all about to bring OG's back. But OG has really been phenomenal for us. And it's not even the fact that his defense was already elite, right? And that it was. His defense was already elite. One of the top defenders in the league. But there's something to be said. And I remember this about Melo saying this and a couple other of players around the league throughout history. Throughout times, through the 1900s to today. I remember, but there was a time where I remember players saying, "Hey, we have anything I can use? Yeah, give me that one." I remember a time where other players used to say they traded for me. And they traded for me. It wasn't my team wanted to get rid of somebody. And it was a big no, I wasn't the piece that my team was trying to get rid of. They were trying to hold on to me, but they were persistent. Like they traded for me, they wanted me. So I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna give them everything I got, cause they wanted me. Nobody wanted me when I was nobody, but they wanted me. And you hear this coming from guys. When this happens, when guys come out and they bust their ass, right? They play hard. They go a little above and beyond. They came to me because I'm a defensive specialist. I'm a, I'm a triple D. I'm down to triple OG. Right, 3 and D. That's my forte. And then when back in the day, there used to be a guy named Matt Forte that actually had a forte. And that was being a catch and running back. Now everybody has that forte, but back to this. I have a specialty in LAL. That's what we want you to do. No more. You ain't gotta be nobody else but who you are. And we gonna love you for that. As long as you give me everything you got, every time that you got, you want to use. And god damn it, that's exactly what OG on Nobody has done. Is that you see the play, you see the hustle, you see the difference. This has been a beautiful addition by subtraction, right? Because I know that we gave up 2 players, got back 3. We gave up the second round draft pick, 2 players, and got back 3. while holding on to the 4 first-round draft picks we have this year, right? Um, and it is 4. We could have easily been like, yo, let's go up 1, which I feel like that's what they try to do. Like, hey, we'll give you Dallas's pick and Emmanuel quickly for OG and Mobley. They're like, how about RJ in a second? And he's like, you know what? Fuck them. Blame Canada. Blame Canada. You're a bone and bone bastard motherfucker. You're an uncle fucker. Yes, it's true. Yeah, pause. Yowzers. So, this just happens to be a really good fit at the time, right? We're talking about an addition by attraction because I don't really look at it as the fact that we gave up 2 players for 3. I look at it as that we gave up 2 players for 1. I only recognize OG as a valuable piece in this trade that isn't expendable to us. That at the end of this year, we're just like, yeah, you're gone. Or the moment we want to put somebody on a 10-day contract and have to determine if we have to let somebody go, which I know that's not how it works. But if we, you don't even want to sign. But I know that's not how it works unless you're really gonna sign him. All right, but if you're gonna get somebody and they start playing good, you look at those 2 guys and you're like, yeah, you can go. Yeah, you can go. We good here. Because at the end of the day, both of those guys are undersized for their position. So going out and getting OG and the known pursuit for him, you have to imagine that OG recognizes this as well in his quiet demeanor, right, and in his very quick mentality, mannerisms. He still understands this portion of it. Like, yo, they brought me here to do certain things. They brought me here for my defensive prowess, my 3 points shooting. But I'm also going to show them some other things that they probably didn't realize I could also bring to this table without needing 17 shots per game. Because, and also, but I also look at this as well too, right? As we bring in this, the whole aspect of is that this has to help Tom Thibodeau as well, because from day one, I can imagine how Tom Thibodeau has been salivating as he dreams about the lineups that he could put out here that involve Quentin Grimes and OG and Ginobili at the same time. And you know he's mad that he doesn't have Donovan Mitchell because I'm sorry, Donovan Mitchell Robinson, right? If we play a little bit before and after, like we're in Jeopardy, right? Or I'm sorry, not Jeopardy, but Wheel of Fortune, Wheel of Fortune, Wheel of Fortune. I glitched. Facts, facts. You saw that. That was right. I glitched. But what I was going to say is, I forgot what the fuck I was going to say. I really went straight. I was like, yo, look at that turtle. Yeah, we saw what happened like 5 minutes before this whole rant. Don't act like you don't know. You heard it if you're just listening. But if you are just listening, shame, shame, shame on you. Because you should be watching as well. Just saying, unless I'm looking into the camera intensely, you should be watching. Whether you're watching on Instagram, the behind the scenes cam with Instagram, or you're watching on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. There's plenty of ways to be watching live. Or if you want to catch the re-air on YouTube, you can do that too. That's cool. Catch the re-air on my Facebook. That's cool too. Go be there. When Instagram allows me, you can catch the re-air, the behind the scenes cam on Instagram, and that happens too. But you can also just listen like you're doing right now. Listening to the re-air on Pandora. Appreciate you. Don't forget to like and share, follow and share. Spotify. Don't forget to like and share and follow and share. Subscribe. That way you can hear the bing bong every time that we go on. Right? More Spotify, Pandora, Amazon Music, Google Podcast, Podbean, Mixalaw, everywhere, baby. I know you I don't know why that has been in my head so much lately. God, I can't shake it. And it comes out with you guys. It really does. 12. In my heart. Oh my god. Okay, I'll get back on track. I'm wilding. You guys already know. If I'm smiling, I'm wilding. I'm always smiling, so I'm wilding. I forget what I was going to say. I know I talked about the manual quickly trade RJ Barrett, it being a two-person trade versus. Ooh. It being a two-person trade versus three. Jokic becomes the youngest player in NBA history to acquire 13,000 points and 6,000 rebounds and 4,000 assists in their career, surpassing LeBron James with ease. SPN. Per ease pin. You have to appreciate what's been going on so far, right? And I said OG has come out and he has put together a string of games where you see why he was so coveted by the Knicks, why the Knicks were able to give up a piece for him that they weren't willing to give up for Donovan Mitchell. And maybe that was a learning. Maybe that was a teachable moment where they realized, like, yo, if we're gonna get the players that we want, we may have, especially the higher level players as they keep getting higher in caliber. Because we've pieced together a nice little team here that have some chemistry, right? In his early days, you saw this team get built around a lot of a healthy amount of veterans. Half the team was veterans to infuse with the young guys. After that phase of the building process passed, now you started to see, okay, this is a team full of our young guys. Who do we have to get rid of? Who can we twerk? Who can we upgrade? Tweak, not twerk. Who can we tweak? Who can we upgrade? And you've seen the pieces come into, like I said, the Villanova boys. We're just going to call them that. Right? We've seen them come in here. Now we see a Tom Thibodeau guy coming in. Because remember, they brought in people here, like Evan Fournier, that weren't Tom Thibodeau guys. And Tom Thibodeau had no problem saying, I ain't playing them. I don't care how much money you gave. I don't care that you like them. I ain't playing them. When he play, we don't win. When he plays extended minutes, he looks bad. But even he, when he's playing in a blowout like everybody else was, they look phenomenal. They look like Russ in Seattle, Mr. Unlimited. And like I said, for a guy like OG to hear that they gave up Emmanuel Quickly and RJ Barrett, people that they would have killed for Donovan Mitchell, and I know I'm nowhere close to Donovan Mitchell. And that's what they did for me. Like, yo, I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna blow my ass off. I'm gonna give them everything that I said I was gonna give them and more. I'm gonna blue chew the hell out of every night. And trust me, if you're blue chew, you're stupid. That's my phone, just knowing when to do what it does. AI over here. Hey yo, more like it. So when that comes to mind, it starts to make sense on how this piece fit even better. Because one, it's the guy that the coach likes. Right? It's a Tom Thibodeau guy, so you know he's gonna play him. It's a guy that's humble enough to appreciate the fact that, yo, this team came in and got me. Because on the other end of Toronto, it's not like RJ Barrett and Emmanuel Quickly could be like, yo, Toronto came and got us. Like, no. They know that the Knicks were trying to go after OG and have to give them up reluctantly. I was going to say begrudgingly. But, you know what I mean? I had to give them up reluctantly. So, I don't know how RJ and IQ is going to end up looking. Even though both of them so far have had at least a standout game, so you know what I mean, in Toronto. OG has had a standout game since day one. You understand his plus minus right now is astronomical, right? His plus minus right now is 111. And for all you people that believe in the signs and the stars and the moon and the ocean, yes, I am going to give you the world because I believe in it too. Oh, man. Oh, but I do. And the stars are looking like they are aligning with a planet. Granted, we know the plus minus is going to shift. Right now, the fact that it is 111 this early in 5 games in a nice little 5 game sample, you could be like, hey, yo, let's see what's going on for the last 2 weeks. And let me also remind you, like, as I talk about what the Knicks have, who the Knicks played, let me also remind you who the Knicks about to play. When that they have already won 6 straight games, right? 5 with OG alone. But we're talking about Dallas. That could be a possible. That could be an easy win if you don't have when you don't have Luka. Memphis Grizzlies who don't have John Morant. We're talking about possibly an easy dub there. We have the Orlando Magic who we should be able to beat. The Houston Rockets who we should be able to beat. The Washington Wizards who we should be able to beat. The Toronto Raptors who we should be able to beat. The Brooklyn Nets who we should be able to beat. That is 7 games. Onto the 6 that we have now. We're talking about a 13-game winning streak before we play the Denver Nuggets and the Miami Heat. And I know that because of how Knicks fans have been groomed, and I'm gonna say groomed because this is almost how the fan base of the New Yorker has been groomed. I know it's hard for you to enjoy right now. Not much has changed. We're still perennially a 4 or 5 seed. Does the 3 seed start to look a little bit more attainable? It does. It does. It definitely does. But we're still a bona fide 4 or 5 seed, which is where we were before OG. Like that hasn't changed. That has not changed at all. Now, with OG's plus minus coming into play, it's plus 111. And we see how well that things have gotten. The understandable overexcitement. I get it. No excitement, man, is understandable. But enjoy this. I know you're already thinking about what's next. Who's to come? What player are we gonna acquire next? You tell me what player you think we can acquire next realistically. Because remember, every time that you acquire somebody, you give up somebody. I know we like to throw Evan Fournier's name in the mix. Well, we've been throwing his name in the mix for 2 years now and nobody has bit. Now, maybe this year looks is probably more promising because this is actually the year that you can say, oh, the contract actually expires now and it's the team option and you can get him and get him off the books and free it up to sign somebody else better. But if the rest of the league is looking like, well, who really is there out better that we can land with Fournier money plus what we may have to free up? I'm concerned, right, to say the least. All right, I'm concerned that that guy may not be there. Now, there are a couple of names for the Knicks that when I think of the whole, I honestly believe that they'll be a great fit for us. I still believe in getting Donovan Mitchell, as Donovan Mitchell's name continues to ring through the NBA. And you hear that teams like the Miami Heat will like a crack at him. It's gonna be hard because if I'm Donovan Mitchell, if the Miami Heat will like a crack at me, then guess what? I am gonna be doing crack. But this is pissing me off. Who's doing crack? So okay. So I'm gonna take this one today. I feel like I'm a little off my game. And this is what happens when you're out of rhythm. I'm not in game shape form. I'm not in game shape form anymore. And I really want to catch this. I want to catch this Lakers and Toronto game, and it's really acting up, and it's messing with me. I want to see how the Raptors, if they make any, if with the addition of RJ Barrett and Emmanuel quickly, if there's any change to their team, any change to their offense, any change to their defense. I want to see if it makes any difference for them whatsoever. We already see as Knicks fans the difference is made for us. I just ask for the patience to allow it to continue to grow because the names that you want may not fully be attainable. The Donovan Mitchells, right? The Joel Embiids, the Zion Williamsons. It's even worse now that as I'm thinking about guys that we can possibly get, I feel like I also have to think about them in a simple sense of who did Leon Rose or currently his son or his former agency, who do they have on the contract? Because too often are certain teams or a lot of teams looking like, oh, we're just going to be CAA clients, or we're only going to be Clutch Sports clients, or we're only going to be Finn Balor clients, right? And too often you're getting a lot of that, and you see them mix with a lot of players on that team from there as well. So it's really weird, right? Because it was the guys that grew up together on the Knicks organization, along with a mixture of the guys from Villanova, right? Along with also the guys from not Jalen Rose, but Leon Rose's agency. So in some weird way, everybody had a little connection, and that builds cohesiveness. As I look at this team, and I know I'm also about to be guilty about what I'm telling you guys to try not to do in a weird way. As I'm telling you to enjoy this and not so much worry about, okay, who's the next piece, who's next. Because that next piece, man, could be Miles Bridges. Like, it may not be Kevin Durant. Which, Kevin Durant, don't you regret not coming to the Knicks? But it may not be those guys. It may be a Miles Bridges. Because I'm looking at this team and all I can think about, who can fill the role of Rip? Who can fill the role of Rip Hamilton? Which brings DeMar DeRozan to mind, as it keeps seeming like Chicago is looking to break up that squad. Yeah, but there's lots of ball being placed on the injury exemption list, something that Mitchell Robinson isn't being allowed to do. The NBA declined it with hopes that he can, with optimism that he may be able to return by the end of the season. So there is no 7 point. So they can't utilize the 7.8 in the cap to be able to put him on the injury exemption list and free up some money. No, NBA was like, nah, we feel like you won't come back by the end of the season. You good, dog. You good. Let's see what happens after the All Star break. So that's not it. Be patient, Knicks fans. And continue to be patient. Continue to let this grow. It continues to move in the right direction, regardless of how the media may make it sound. This has been a good 4 years. It's been a roller coaster, as life is, and you should expect it to kind of be a roller coaster when you don't have one of these generational guys. It's just why I'm trying to figure out who fills the role of Rip Hamilton, because we have that team. We have that team where it may not be a beheading by the MyT Excalibur. No. It can be death by 1,000 paper cuts. And we got enough paper cuts. We got enough paper, I should say. Like, we have the pieces, we have the individuals, we have the depth, is what I'm really trying to tell you. We have the kind of depth to allow it, except for attempting. And that power forward. But the guard, yo, we good. Oh man, I'm starting to get tired. I'm starting to get late, and I haven't even gotten to half of this stuff. So, let's move on from let's move on from the next. Like I said, because next, I want you to sit back, I want you to enjoy it, and I want you to appreciate it, right? And just enjoy these next 7 to 10 games that's coming up. The New York Knicks schedule only gets better from here. We've played the hard part. Remember, we complained about how difficult the beginning of the season was. Remember, all these teams we had to play coming out, like there was film, there was fans that was complaining, oh man, we're past that portion. And then we've had probably the worst portion of the season that we're going to have. We had one of the hardest schedules coming in for the beginning portion of the year. That was us. I think we've played so far. What is it? Like 7 or 8 back to backs already in less than 40 games. You only scheduled for 11. See, only. But they're scheduled for 11. So 8 of them are gone. That's 3 more. If you've played Boston already a billion times, Milwaukee already 3 times, then I guess you don't have to worry about on the back end. Now it's just now it's a field. It's a field filled with guys that all you have to do is make sure you come out and you try harder than, and it's a wrap by halftime. Sound familiar? That's how teams used to do us. Now here we are doing it to others. Do unto others you want to do unto you, and it's time for us to do unto you. The fuck? Oh, I was like, why does that look like that? Look like I had one long ass tape line. And you know the fans are appreciating this. And that's just all I want you guys to appreciate, even like to really appreciate and not worry about who's next, what big name is gonna come next. Miles Bridges is the name I play. That's the guy I think about for real. Because as you can hear, even from the arena, Triple OG is starting to get his name chanted. When he shoots a ball, he's starting to get that pause cheer effect. Right? He's starting to get that. And that has to be a wonderful feeling for him, a humbling feeling. Again, not a man of many words. But we get it. We fully get it. Now, speaking of getting it, Exposure got that bag. Ayo. Ayo. Eric Spoelstra got that bag. Thank you. Thank you. All of a sudden, we sitting here, we chilling, not doing much. And all of a sudden, news breaks.
Caught on camera in Florida.
Florida man decided to bring an alligator with him while making a beer run.
It is announced that a one Eric Spoelstra has signed an 8-year, $120 million extension. And I know we gotta think, that's peanuts to what these NBA guys are getting. Shut your face, hater. The beautiful thing of this, right? Not only is it the largest deal for a coach in North American sports, right? But they perfectly timed this, that he gets paid after his divorce with his wife, so that I haven't done anything to earn any part of your salary, can't get a dime of it. So let's go ahead and very one of the few times we do this for Miami Heat personnel, but to Eric Spoelstra on getting himself paid and hopefully finding the right loophole to make sure that the person you used to smash can't get your hard-earned money for not smashing you anymore, and that's basically it. And listen, being a good roommate and being clumsy and holding up your part of it and cooking meals and other stuff like just kind of just courtesy. You got a roommate and do that. You was also smashing. Like, what do you want to have? Yeah, let me help you replenish these funds. Since we know you just took a massive loss, my boy Eric. Let me show you how to do this. Pat Riley had like 5 of these. No, but they really are a no nonsense team, and even though I hate the Miami Heat with every fiber in my bone as a Knicks fan, you have to really appreciate how they handle business. Even down to Jimmy Butler, who are players I liked way before he became a Miami Heat, and he may be the only player that I refuse to dislike after they have changed to one of my heated rivals. Pun intended. I don't want to be a player no more. But I went to the game the other day. Right, I have to really thank my nephew. Thank you, nephew. Very much, thank you, nephew. My nephew bought my brother and I tickets to the Heat game. I don't know where the fuck he was at. I thought they said he was gonna be there, but I don't know where the fuck he took me. He disappeared. To. You know what I'm saying? I'm meant to ask him, but he's where I'm at the Heat game. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little disappointed. I'm a little disappointed. I'm a little disappointed because I went to that game. Anticipate a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna see Jimmy Butler, right? I'm gonna see Dylan Brooks. Really, I'm like, yo, I get to see Dylan Brooks pregame ritual just to stand there and just right. I thought I'm gonna see all of it, and I see none of it. None of it. Jimmy Butler ain't play. Dylan Brooks ain't play. I was like, man, that game was crazy. Miami Heat blew him. I wasn't even close. I mean, it was a decent game. I can't remember what the end score was, but every time they never got close to 5 points, and every time it looked like Houston, right? It looked like Houston was closing out that gap. Miami just went on a nice little run and pushed it back out to double digits to force them to keep working again. And that just happened to Yo-Yo. Went back and forth and back and forth and back and forth until the end of the game. And next thing you know, we're talking about a hell. No villain and no Jimmy. Now we know that if Jimmy and Villain were on the court together, things may have gotten a little bit spicy, and I was looking for that spiciness. Damn it! I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting tired. I'm really thinking like, how much time how long are we in so far today? About an hour and so, and I'm really tired. I may give you another 20 minutes, and then call it a wrap. So we'll do a 90-minute podcast today, and then we'll give you the other half of this on Friday. So we may only talk about next time. No, we're already talking about the last week. But no, it wasn't. And granted, I love every sports event because also I go in there as a sports troll as well, right? Talent a sports troll too. But I go in there as a full-blown sports troll, and I'm over there chanting for the Houston Rockets as if it's a home game for them. So when everybody is so even when like they're yelling defense, I'm yelling offense and all kinds of weirdness. But the fact there was no Jimmy there and was disappointing, but it was made up to me very quickly when you kind of heard Jimmy Butler's, and I don't know what it was in response to, but there was a response by Jimmy Butler about how he doesn't care about missing any kind of about how many games he misses, and that being the factor on why he's missed out on season awards. He don't care about those season awards because they're trying to get chips. Like you got to kind of love and respect that in a weird ass way. So Jimmy, he don't care about sitting out games. They're interested. Miami Heat are interested in Donovan Mitchell. And Jaime Vasquez really should be the NBA Rookie of the Year. I don't know why we're not seeing what we need to see enough from him, but when I watch him, like, yo, he needs to be Rookie of the Year. He needs to get some kind of love, recognition, something, somewhere. Speaking of, yeah, I don't need to that. Speaking of erection, and I have national champions. No, but let's go ahead and move on. Let's roll up and roll out real quick. And as we roll up and we roll up, we find ourselves landing right in college football territory where the college football playoffs and championships are over and a winner has been crowned. And that is none other than Harbaugh. I'm not going to act like I know if it's Jim or Johnny Harbaugh, but they go out and Michigan wins themselves a national championship. First one since the beginning of time. Even though the way that Michigan held their standards and reacted, you would think that it was otherwise. But no, they managed to go ahead and get themselves a nice little victory. Nice little victory, I say. But it was 34-13. Now, granted, this game was very close, very close at the half. We're talking about it's even that ain't so much of that, even beyond that, because Washington had already had all of their points. So we're talking about at one point in time, this game is still 13-17, right? 10-17. And it started with a kiss, right? But more really importantly, it started with a pick six. And that pick six, not only did it finally really put Michigan up, but then you could start to see oh, okay, now we got this and we got cushion. And then it was just point after 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 point. But that's what it but end up being what it is. And next thing you know, we're talking about they're dropping 34 on their head, and we're looking at 17 unanswered points to match the 17 that they put up in the first half as well. It was literally 14 in the first, 3 in the second, 3 in the third, 14 in the fourth. The only person that was trying to score more was Jameis Winston at the end of that game. So Michigan wins their national championship. Not only was they would already the number one seed when it came to that anyway. They went 15-0 in their record this year, but they won this game 34-14. And there is no doubt. I don't care what you guys have to say, but there is no doubt that they were the better team. Now. There are a lot of NFL contracts, NFL head coaching contracts that are up for the taking. We have the Chargers, right? That have a head coach that they can be replaced. But then probably some of the more juicier ones, where there's New England Patriots, as Bill Belichick is going to end up transitioning out of the head coaching job. We have the Seattle Seahawks, as Pete Carroll is transferring, right, and moving out of the head coaching responsibilities as well. But not just them. Also, we have not today Saban. Yes, folks, Matt Saban, fellow Saban. All right. Matt Saban. But Chris, Keith, I can't remember his name. It's already passed me. But Nick Saban is announcing that he is also retiring from coaching Alabama. So Pete Carroll, we've got the sense that he's moving on up in management, and we still haven't heard what Bill Belichick is fully going to do. But it looks like Nick Saban is fully stepping away from this, which means that if you are not just Harbaugh, right, we're looking at some professional jobs, but if you're Deion Sanders, I heard a weird noise. What was that for? Right, if you're Deion Sanders, are you telling me that you can pass up on possibly going to Alabama? Because isn't this what this has been so far? The constant movement to do good one place, see what you can get recruited, see how that functions, do good one place, we do it. Because now you topple, right, or you couple with the kind of recruiting you were already able to do with a team like Colorado, and then you couple that now with what Alabama has already built, and you are talking about a gold mine. But Alabama. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Now, while we've crowned the college football playoff championship, we haven't quite crowned an NFL champion as of yet. All right, where starting this week, we have what is considered the wild card rounds. Right, we have the wild card rounds coming up this weekend, where we're gonna see the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, let me not start there. Right, we're gonna see the Cleveland Browns take on the Houston Texans in Texas. We have Pittsburgh going into Buffalo to take them on. We have the LA Rams going to Detroit to take them on. We have Philadelphia flying into Tampa Bay. We have Green Bay Tampa flying into Dallas. And the game that seems to ruffle everybody's feather is that Saturday night game at 8 p.m. Dolphins versus Miami. And I'm gonna assume the people that are only people that are complaining has to be Dolphins fans. Oh, it's too cold. Whoever advisory says it's going to be -7. Think about the humanity of the fans. And the NFL said, fuck them. But this shit ain't funny. I beat my meat like it owes me money. No, but he flat out said, fuck them. We gonna have this game. 'Cause this is what we do. We play in cold temperatures. We play in the winter. We play in snow. Like we're worse than the snowman. Be honest with you, the snowman. The mailman, we worse than him. Like we gonna play, we gonna do this in any kind of weather whatsoever. Excuse me. So if you're the wait. Did I go through all of them already? Did I go through all these already? Yes, I did. So it's funny because there's a weather advisory going on in Kansas City telling people like, hey, stay inside your home, don't come outside on the law, make sure you stay safe. And then the NFL is saying like, hey, we are on our way to your city. Pull up. Day ones, NFL fan. Right? Like they are really going out there. They're gonna play this game, and obviously the Dolphin fans are the ones that's complaining. Dolphins players are the one that's complaining. Oh, you mean, oh, this and that. Oh, I can't stand the cold. Why would you have us play in the snow? Why would you then then? How about this? You don't have to play in December or January. You just take L's for that whole entire time frame, and you let that determine at least December, and you let that predetermine what's going to be your record at the end of the season. How about that? So you can do that. You can always do that. But no, we're gonna have the Dolphins going to Kansas City, and this is gonna be a game to see. It is January the 13th, Saturday night at 8 p.m., where it's gonna be prime time, cold blooded. Who knew that the K in Kansas City stood for cold? Like I said, and that's just the wild card round. Let's see here. What do we have left? We can let you guys know about before we run out of here. I mean, if you guys want to know the standing fully, I got you. Ravens, 49ers, they get the bye week. And then I read you everything else. Bills number 2, 3, Chiefs, 4, Texans. And the Bills really came on at the end of the season. They really, really did. Like I said, we saw Philly's downfall as they fell all the way to 5. And Tampa Bay managed to make it in again without Tom Brady. Oh man, I am so done. You guys have no clue. Like I am faded and I am tired. And apparently the NBA is not tired of seeing Draymond Green because they have allowed him to come back. Basically, Draymond Green is up for reinstatement. Who knows when he's going to put it through reinstate or how long it's going to take. But he is up for reinstatement. Not sure if he even did all those 12-step programs that they were possibly going to be necessary to have him return. But they said that he was going to return. Not only did he say he was going to return, he also made mention that, he thought about retiring from the NBA. It was just too much for him. So, like, when in a time where we're trying to look at him for self control and stuff like that, because in a weird way, he's a role model, whether they like to think it or not. He's saying instead of like correcting my actions, taking any kind of accountability real quick, I'm just gonna retire. Screw this. But he has He is eligible for reinstatement currently as it stands. And before we leave here, let me leave you with one little piece of nugget because there was a game last night between Toronto and the LA Raptors, and after the Toronto Raptors went to the line two times compared to the LA Lakers 23 times in the fourth quarter, the coach had a little something to say about the fine, phenomenal even, coaching job by the NFL referees. What's going on here? Where's my... Oh, hold on. I know what I be doing. Nope, I didn't do that. Where's my sound at? Oh, my bad. Yep. So, here we go. Let's go ahead and get into that. Wrap this up. I don't even know, though. That was a close game. That game was determined by 1 point, and the Lakers were gifted 23 of them in the fourth. I just can't wait to be.
Is this your game? Huh? I'm gonna take my talents to South Beach because I'm the best player in the world. I have a huge basketball IQ. I want my damn respect too.
And with that, we're out of here, folks. I want to thank you guys for listening to the MyT Sports Pop. We'll be back Friday. We'll see what time we start. But we are back. We're back on. We're back on Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays. We'll be back this Martin Luther King Monday as well, live from Because you guys make sure you come down and you listen to the podcast. We will be here. And don't forget, regardless of what you do, you continue to stay mighty.